All right. Good morning, everybody. Two bros, two perspective podcast. It's early, goddamn. I'm JJ.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Steven.
We missed last week. A little technical difficulties.
Before we get started, we always forget this. If you started this video, hit that like button.
Just hit it right now.
Yeah, it don't cost shit. Just hit the like button. What else is there to do?
And if
Share it.
if you can't like it, it's because you're not logged in. Just go and log in. Get you a little login or set it up because you're watching YouTube anyways.
Yep.
So just set it up and like and subscribe.
Hit the thumbs up though. We got whatever many views and like 5 or 6 likes. So just like it. It don't cost nothing. So, anyways, yeah, we had some technical difficulties last week, which means JJ canceled. I didn't.
I canceled. Yeah,
I
'cause,
didn't. Not this time.
what
Real quick, real quick, real quick,
Yeah,
real quick. One more thing.
go.
So I'm drinking a Red Bull today. The reason for that is I normally listen to the podcast, but I don't watch it. And when I watched it, I said, "Damn, Steven, you're lethargic. Is that the right word? You're just
Yeah,
there, kind of bored, tired." So I'm trying to be upbeat today. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm seeing myself like wake up a little bit,
Yeah.
then maybe we might lose some viewers. Like, oh, this motherfucker just sitting there, they're all tired and bored and shit. So I'm gonna try to be little bit lively today. Got
But
my
we
Red
we
Bull.
do it at 7 in the morning on Sunday. So
Yeah,
depending on what we got going on and stuff like that. But I always drink the Bum Energy. Shout
yeah,
out Bum, C Bum is from Mr. Olympia and
yeah.
stuff like
So I
that.
just wanted to get
Yeah.
that out there.
Yeah. Okay.
I see it. You know what I mean? And put in the comments if you agree. But I was like, man, you're just sitting there, just going through the motions.
Okay.
And in the beginning episodes, we was, lively, whatever. So I'm just gonna try to be a little bit more upbeat and
Okay.
not just lethargic. Because I was watching it in the evening at home when I was outside, and I was like, "Damn, Steven, get some life in you." You know what I mean? And damn, JJ, stop shaking that knee.
I know.
No, I'm just playing. But anyways, go back. My bad. I just wanted to start the show off with a little info. So, what were you going into?
Just saying, technical difficulty last week. I had to get a new mic because of the new phone that I got and
Oh
stuff.
shit! I just noticed. What's these cords?
It's all for show,
Oh,
right?
my bad. Goddamn, man. See, we don't have morning conferences. I just blew us up, but I was like, oh shit. Then I noticed I got
So
one too.
when we started the podcast, we had the little equipment, the little where you would push the button and stuff like that. And Tony
Yeah.
was over here producing, and he got busy doing stuff. And so me and Tony kind of got together to see how we can do it. He's like, just get a mic, record on the phone. But I kind of like the setup with this, and you know, he's doing his own thing now. He let me have the computer he was using, so I'm still learning to edit. And I was thinking about going back to these because I still have the little machine.
Yeah, yeah.
I just have to get the equipment to put it through the computer.
Okay, okay. Well, let me know what you need too, man. I don't like you. I mean, I'm putting to bear the expenses for everything.
Oh, well, it's not much
Okay, good
unless I
because
was
that's one of those where you're
yeah,
supposed to say, "Nah, I got it, man. Don't worry about it."
unless
No.
I buy like the camera or whatever. But looking into that, but we'll see.
What I like, man, I want some of those buttons.
Yeah, that's
The
I have that. Yeah, I have that. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it through to the
yeah.
computer.
Because when we do some, there's different,
Yeah,
noise you can do. Yeah, the clapping.
and then I think the chords that we had were really short, so that's why Tony was like right here.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out.
So hey, like and comment, man. Get us some money. Whatever money we make, we'll use it to put back into
Yeah,
our bills. No, I'm just playing.
but it's all good. So yeah, I got a new phone, so I had to get a new connector for the mics.
I got you. I got you. What'd you get? You said the iPhone 22?
17.
17. We're
Yeah.
up to 17. That's the
Right,
latest,
17.
greatest.
Yeah.
Thing with phones, man, is I hate. Of course, everybody gets a new phone. It's nice. Your screen ain't scratched. It's fucking. They make nice phones. They feel badass, but then you got to put your. Well, I do. I don't know about you. I haven't noticed, but put my protective cover
Yeah.
and all that because I drop my phone a lot.
Mhm.
But then it takes away from the fanciness of the phone
The
because
color
now
you got and this and that.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Everybody picks out the colors and all this. Then
Yeah.
you put your protective cover on it, and
Yeah.
it just looks like every other phone. So, are you a protective cover type of guy?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I get. There's a company that either you go to Amazon. Me, I go to Amazon or Temu to get my shit. But a few years ago, I got this brand called Magback, right?
Okay.
It's a little bit more expensive, but it comes
Maybach.
Magback.
Okay. Okay.
But it comes with the
Macback.
case, the front cover thing,
Okay. Okay.
and I don't carry a wallet no more, right?
Oh man, I'm glad you said that, and I'm gonna let you finish. But on my way here, I was thinking about wallet, and I got some about a wallet too. But go
So
ahead.
I don't carry a wallet maybe for over 6, 7 years, six,
Okay.
7 years. I don't carry a wallet.
6, 7.
So Magback, I was looking when I stopped carrying the wallet. I was looking for the magnet piece that goes behind the phone, right?
Okay.
And I found that company. They're pretty good quality. It's like a leather wallet that snaps to the back. And so I went and got since I got the new phone. I said, and my Magback wallet was tearing up.
Got new Macback.
So I got a whole new setup and stuff like that. So you're right, my phone's blue, but you can't see that it's blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Cynthia, I got her the orange one because when I was ordering online, there was some that were out of stock.
All right.
And she was like, "Orange, you got me orange." And in my head, I'm like, "You're about to go buy a case anyways, and you're not gonna be able to see the color. So what does it
Yeah.
matter?" But yeah, she bought a case too, and you can't see the orange on it. So
Yeah. I got a little thing I found out shit, years and years ago. If you go to OtterBox warranty,
yeah,
you can get a cover or whatever you want for just pay for shipping. It's free like
I
$7.
just never liked the Autobox.
Nah,
I never liked them
I like the one I get real slim. Like I said, I hate to take away
because they
from the.
used to be
From,
really thick and bulky,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, the one I got. I mean, look,
yeah,
it's probably about thinner
yeah. It's
than
about the
yours
same as that one.
or same, but because then it takes away from the phone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
yeah.
mean, what's the point of buying a new phone if
You can't
you
show
can't?
it off.
Yeah, So, but I hate getting new phones. I enjoy having them. That technology, even though you think can't get better, it does. Pictures, videos, shit like that.
Yeah,
But I hate transferring everything over. I hate having to remember your passwords for
yeah.
fucking everything.
Well, now it's a little bit easier. It is a pain in the ass because sometimes you forget. And what's funny is even when you don't get a new phone or whatever, sometimes they kick you out, right?
Oh,
And the ones that I hate is the food ones. And it's like maybe I haven't ordered Domino's in a couple
yeah,
months,
yeah,
so Domino's kicks me out. It's like, why the hell is Domino's so damn secured? It's just pizza, right?
yeah.
So,
What?
and I know the phone saves it and stuff, but sometimes it doesn't save everything, or the Face ID or whatever. Sometimes some of
Yeah,
those websites don't have it, but um, that just trips me out.
man. I don't even remember my Apple ID number.
See,
I don't
yeah,
remember that shit.
when you get a new phone, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Somehow Cynthia did hers and she didn't remember.
Um, I forgot what happened. Oh, my phone had broke, and I was trying to salvage my pictures. I took a
Yeah,
lot of pictures, and man, we couldn't remember my iCloud for shit. We had to go to Apple.
yeah,
They couldn't get in, and then it's like you have 3 iCloud accounts. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even remember doing one. So that's always a pain, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And Myra ends up figuring it out. I don't know how either, but yeah, that's the part I hate. My
yeah.
emails, I don't remember my email passwords to get my shit back up and going and all
Well,
that.
I
So
know this is not the right thing to do, but most of my passwords are similar.
well, that's what I do now. All my passwords are the same. You know what I mean? Two bros, two perspectives, #1 podcast. That's my passwords on everything. No,
Okay.
but then I go back and I'm like, this, I hate it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But you were talking about a wallet. I was thinking on the way because I carry a wallet. Well, it's gonna get to something else I was gonna talk about. So let's talk about that. Then the wallet will come into play. Did you have something you was gonna bring up?
not really.
So let's talk about this, man. It seems like it's fundraiser season, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? A lot
yeah,
of fundraisers going on. I got one going on. I got like 10 fucking people hitting me up for that. But what I was gonna say was we'll get into the wallet part real quick, but so I have an old school wallet. It's nice wallet leather. I think it's Ariat,
you still
whatever.
use the long one?
Yeah, the long
Okay,
one. I
yeah,
never liked the little one
yeah.
because
I
it's
remember you
uneven on
saying.
your ass. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? When you sit down and I guess I'm a unk, man. I guess I'm an old head because well, for one thing, I don't ever carry my wallet in my pocket. If
where do you carry it?
I leave it in the car.
Okay,
Oh shit! I'm just letting everybody know. Now they're gonna break in my car. but I carry it outside, whether it's my work truck, my personal, and I put it on the side. I don't ever carry it. If I want to go to lunch at work, like, hey, let's go lunch. I gotta go get my wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? One of the reasons is I've lost several wallets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially the long ones. You get out the truck and
It
her
falls
car
out.
it might
Yeah.
be hanging out. Second is my shit was. One of the guys at work was like, God damn, no wonder your back always hurts. Look how
Yeah. I've
thick your
seen people
wallet
with
is.
wallets like that.
And I was like, damn, how did I become the dad wallet guy?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I started looking through it, fucking receipts from 5 years ago,
Yeah.
receipts that are blank now because they
Yeah.
done rubbed
Yeah.
off, and
Oh, lottery
business
tickets and
cards
shit.
and pictures. I mean, I had a picture of Chris from the Braves.
Goddamn.
Yeah, old or Tigers. I mean, old ass picture. I had a picture of you guys, little Christmas picture when they were all little fucking
Yeah.
kids. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Stevie's old YMCA fucking card and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm that type of guy. I like. I put it in there for a reason. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And those pictures I put back. Like I said, I got one with Chris and one with all your kids. I guess y'all was at the mall or something. But man, I emptied receipts. I mean, I
Yeah.
had like my insurance cards from like 5 years ago,
Damn.
and man, that thing was all little, man.
Yeah.
But now my problem is now everything falls out because it's already
Then
molded
you need
to.
a new wallet then.
And I do, but I'm thinking of going the small route. Like I don't know why everybody's like, why do you need so much shit? All you need your debit card, your cash, and
And your driver license.
yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
But I got my Walgreens, my CVS.
It's all on the app now.
But man, I don't know. I guess I'm old school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where did I? Oh, that is funny because I went to Walgreens the other day, and she goes, "You got your number?" So I punched in my phone number. It didn't work. I said, "Well, I got my card." And then the girl, she looked like a teenager, 20 years old. She's like, "Oh wow, you got the full size one."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I mean, straight up, she's like, "I'm like, what do you mean?" She goes, "I've never seen those." She goes, "Look, I got." She had the little keychain one. This is the ones we've been
Well, the
having.
keychain one too. I know they give those out, but with the new cars, the push button, you hardly take your keys out of your
Yeah.
pocket anymore.
Well, not only that, but I mean, my keychain's not gonna have CVS card, Walgreens card.
And I
Now,
hate I hate carrying a lot of keys too.
well, my work keys are a lot of keys. My personal one is just the fucking key and the
Yeah.
house key. You know what I mean? But yeah, to me, she's like, "Oh wow, like it was a fucking fossil or some shit."
So
But
yeah, like when I stopped carrying my wallet is because I lost it twice,
yeah,
right? And I was like, I never lose my phone, so I started looking at other ways to carry. All I needed was I hardly carry cash. Every now and then I have some cash,
yeah,
maybe $10, $15, but not a lot. So I always my debit card, my driver's license, and then I always carry my veterans card for discounts and shit.
yeah,
And sometimes when we go out, Cynthia will give me the other card to use or whatever,
yeah,
or her driver's license in case we go drink or something. And it fit perfect. Maybe
yeah,
with a couple bills in there, it slides in. But now the new one is pretty tight because it's brand new,
yeah,
not
yeah,
broken in yet, so stuff doesn't fit as well. But um, carry now and now, even I'm going less because I don't even carry that because I can use a phone to tap.
yeah,
I have my debit card and maybe one more credit card on my phone, just in case. Um, so you can just tap
yeah.
to
See, I don't
pay.
do that tap
Hmm.
with your phone and all that. I've been scammed before, so I'll be all
Yeah,
scared
yeah,
for
yeah,
shit. You know what I'm saying? But what I was getting at was fundraiser season. So I've gotten hit up from a couple people, and that's why I brought up the wallet. When I see it, um, I don't have my card right there
yeah.
to just click on it, do it, whatever.
Okay,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean? So I put it off, and I mean, I guess I'm a hoarder when it comes to the phone because, well, first of all, my phone and my texts blow up every day for work. I have a work phone,
Hmm.
but I don't like carrying two phones,
Yeah,
so I just give everybody my personal number, and you might text me and then I might get 20 texts from my guys, a job site, and by the time I know what that text is at the bottom and I don't see
yeah,
it.
I get it.
And I do delete text, but there's some I leave, I mean, like a year ago, and I'm like, well, just in case I might need to remember
Yeah,
this. But so I have a lot of texts, you know what I mean? So But I think I might be petty, man, when it
Petty?
comes to stuff like that. I was
What do you mean
talking to
petty?
Leslie, and shout out to Leslie and Kathy. I've been talking to them. Well, I always talk to Leslie, Kathy. It's like having two sisters, man,
Yeah.
almost. Like Kathy's the older, cool sister. We talk a lot. We've been talking a lot lately about different shows, different series. She works from home on the weekends. I like to not do shit but chill. And so we've been talking about like a lot. And then Leslie's like the little big sister. She's we have great time, but she's like the one that calls me out on my shit. So back to that, and I'm like, diagnose me, Leslie. What's wrong with me? Because I'd be like,
Diagnose.
yeah, I told her the other day, like, diagnose me. What's wrong with me?
Uh-huh.
And she's diagnosed. She says I'm a mind reader or something. But I guess I'm petty. I don't know. I'll be like, okay, this one donated to me before, so
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
better donate to me. You know what I mean? But I don't send it to everybody. I don't, hey everybody, Stevie's doing a fundraiser and just attach everybody I know
Yeah,
as
I get it.
family.
Yeah.
I donate to people that I know but it's vice versa. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I want to put it out there, but fuck it. It's two bros, two perspectives. So like my brother in law,
Mm-hmm.
you know, his daughter, I got a text message, hey Steven, I'm doing this. But obviously it's a automated generator, whatever you call it,
Yeah,
message
yeah,
that
yeah.
everybody gets. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, well damn. And I guess this is the petty part. I'm like, man, this motherfucker, and I say that if you watch this, then that's good. Watch it, continue watching it. But when I say motherfucker, I don't mean it
Yeah,
in
I
a
get it. Yeah,
disrespectful way.
yeah. It's
But
just
this
food, you know.
motherfucker,
It's food.
and I don't mind putting it out there because life is life, truth is truth. But it's never ever about my kids anything. Never supported all four of my kids. All four of my kids did sports, did band, and been having fundraisers all this time. Never one time, we have birthday parties, come over, invite, no presents.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas comes around, we buy his kids and nothing for our kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna donate.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there was no texting out, hey guys.
Okay.
So
It just the automatic
yeah,
message
doing
comes in.
doing a fundraiser. First fundraiser. Be nice if you guys can help out. If not, cool. You know what I'm saying? And that would have probably okay, cool. Then we were in their presence last week, and not a mansion, not nothing. I like, hey, go ask your Theo Steven if and I probably would have on the spot. So for me, that was kind of the reason why
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't recognize it. I just get the automated thing. So obviously, you really don't care. So why do I care? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I love my niece, and I feel bad that I didn't. But I'm like, hey, man, don't first of all, don't have the nerve to send it to people that you've never supported. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or that you even reach out to and talk to besides when I see you at the family function.
Does he have other kids? This is his first kid?
Yeah, only
That
kid.
might be why.
Only kid.
Um I think automatically you send most of them to immediate family, like uncles and
Yeah.
parents or whatever. That's just automatic, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but when you don't have kids, you don't really even look at that kind of. To me, I think you
Yeah,
don't look
yeah.
at that kind of stuff. I hate sending that stuff
Yeah,
out,
me
right?
too.
I hate it. I think the only reason I sent you that popcorn thing was Bea was saying she was all excited and send it here, send it there. So I did, but I don't take shit to work,
Yeah.
right? I don't take stuff to work. I don't. If anything, like if they come home with candy bars or something, I put them at the store,
Yeah.
right? I just don't like, and I'll be honest, part of it is, and this is not you because it's different with niece and nephews to me, I think. Part of me is I don't want, and this is mainly for people at work. I don't want people at work coming to me for fundraisers, right?
Yeah.
I don't think work is the right place for that.
Yeah.
I think at work you can get a lot of fundraisers done, people, which is cool for some people, but I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable doing it. And at least at work, I don't want people to hit me up because I just don't want to donate. And I'll be straight up. I don't want to donate to other people's kids.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sounds bad,
No, 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 yeah.
kids I don't know.
Yeah,
Why am I donating to kids I don't even fucking know, right?
exactly,
I don't
exactly.
go to the games. I don't do this. I don't do that. I don't know you that well. We don't talk about families and stuff like that. So what am
Yeah,
I donating?
and not only that, that goes to family too, not just
In a
friends.
certain
It's like
extent, yeah.
it's like, damn, I didn't get a happy birthday, a Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, a Happy Thanksgiving, but I got this. You know what I mean? And this ain't to no particular person
I
out
get it.
there.
I know what you mean.
And
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
one thing I tell the guys at work when I get everybody together and I start chewing ass. One saying I have is, if it don't apply, let it fly.
yeah.
So if you're listening and you family and you know it don't apply to you, then just let
All
it go.
right.
It ain't to you. You
That
know what I'm
makes
saying?
sense. Yeah.
Now, if you feeling like, damn, okay, yeah, yeah, then it applies to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then, like you said, it's different with nieces and nephews. Because like you said, it's natural.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was my brother-in-law's first time. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna send it to the people you know that love your kid, love you, and nothing away from the kid. But I'm just like,
And then maybe now that he see, let's say you did, right? Whether you did or not, let's say you did,
I didn't.
maybe he'll change his ways and say, you know what? Okay, I got it next
And,
time.
and I see your perspective. That's why we always change. It's like he didn't have any kids. He don't know about it. But for me, I'm a person that loves family, and anything that my nieces and my nephews are doing, and I can participate and help, I will.
But then we had a brother that would do that stuff for his niece and
Yeah,
nephews,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the difference too. I don't know. It just depends on the dude, you know.
yeah, yeah. And I shouldn't be petty and that's another thing I told Leslie diagnosed me on, because then I'll be thinking like, damn, are they like, damn, Steven, what the fuck? You didn't donate? What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you shouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, I shouldn't. And that's what she was saying. But there's some people, and I'm gonna hit y'all up talking about wait till Friday on payday. If you can't do it, don't
Oh.
do it. But don't say
That's the
payday.
thing, you know. And I think part right now is maybe it's hard to force shit like that, you know.
Yeah,
And you want to make them feel bad, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And like you said, if you just can't, that's right.
yeah.
Today is understandable,
Yeah,
you know.
and the people I send it to was a chosen few. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like my boy Paul. He's
Hmm.
one of them payday motherfuckers. You told him payday was Friday, and I've been checking, and that's weird with me, right? I check like every couple of hours, like, all right, anybody else done?
Oh
And
shit!
and I ain't gonna lie, I was looking for your ass. I was like,
I finally did it because I
I
forgot.
saw, I
Yeah.
saw, I was like, all right, man, I bought that expensive ass popcorn. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? But do I keep score? I guess
It
I
sounds
keep
like
score,
you do
right?
because I was sitting at the table. I forgot what because I saw it come through. I was like, cool, you know, let me do some shit and then I'll go back to the link because my same thing like your text. My emails just
Yeah.
pile up and you know sometimes I don't respond right away to text messages either. And so I saw it and I was doing something and then the other day, whenever it was it Thursday or Friday, whatever that I finally did it. Bea had brought something up. I was like, oh shit, fundraiser, you know.
Yeah.
And so I went in there and I put some money on there, and I was thinking because it pops up who put it in. Some
Oh yeah.
fundraisers they don't tell you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, some
I'll
don't
be
tell you.
looking.
Yeah,
I'll be
so
looking.
I guess you do keep
Yeah.
score.
And I just tell people in there, yeah, I guess so. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I did. I'm anonymous. Damn, you did $500? Yeah, they want people that I'm anonymous.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? But sometimes I do put anonymous though, because I'm like, sometimes you don't want to be the one that like, look at me, I donated to
yeah,
you. Don't
yeah,
forget
yeah,
if you keep me score. So now I guess everybody they're gonna be no anonymous for me because they're gonna want to know that I
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
But like Louisa, for instance, she hit me up a couple months ago. Her daughter's doing the Purple March Sunset Band, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, that's good. But I talked to Louisa, you know what I mean?
And you've been part of that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
and that's what
something
I told her. I
different.
was like, oh hell yeah, I always support the band.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun, and we got to chopping it up and shit. And so I was like, okay,
And maybe that's why she hit you up because you're being part of that in the
yeah, yeah,
past.
yeah. And so I was like, okay, I'll donate to hers. But I was like, okay, I'll send it to her. Maybe repay the favor.
Did you send her a link?
Yeah,
Okay.
did I send to Louisa?
For Stevie.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was saying. Maybe she'll
Oh,
help
okay.
out, because guy at work. There's a couple guys at work that I hit up. One I've done well. I did a Super Bowl for his grandkid,
Okay.
$50, and of course I let him know, hey motherfucker, don't forget I did
So where
fifty
did this
bucks.
go with the Super Bowl thing? Where did that go to?
They were going out of town to Florida to play, and they
Oh,
were
for sports.
yeah, sports,
Okay.
sports,
Okay.
sports,
Okay.
sports. And I've done a lot of those,
Uh huh.
and I try to pay it back.
Yeah.
I did a lot of fundraisers. There was some that I will try to buy out or whatever. On this one, you can't buy out. You actually got to have donors or whatever. So he was like, "Well, how much have you put?" I said, "Well, I haven't put nothing." He's like, "Why?" I go, "Because whatever's lacking, I'm gonna have to make up. Whether it's
Okay. Uh
$100,
huh. For
$150,
you.
yeah."
Okay.
So regardless if he reaches his goal, I'm gonna donate because everybody, how can I ask people to support if I'm not supporting? But I'm also waiting to see when time's up if he only has
Oh, to
350
cover
to
up.
reach his goal.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So Louisa, I send it to her, and she's like, okay, I'll do what I can, blah. And anybody I send it to, I was like, we're doing this. If you can't, it's all good. I'm just sending it because under that thing, you had to put 20 emails. You know what I mean?
Ah. Okay.
And I don't know if you clicked on it, but it said 10 phone numbers, 20 emails, and in the parentheses said this one's most important. So when I was just entering a bunch of people's emails that I knew, I didn't know it was already sending it to them. You know what I mean?
Oh. Okay.
So I hit up a couple people for their emails, hit you up and shit. And then I was like, when I asked Luis, I was like, fuck, I forgot she sent me one last week. So does she keep score like me and say, okay, we're 1-1?
Yeah.
Or what's the nerve of Steven hit me up and he didn't do mine?
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. So I, I called my counselor, Leslie, and I'm like, hey man, what do I do? I said, I got myself in the jam. She
Yeah.
goes, what do you mean? So I explained it to her. I said, well, I figured I donated last time. It'd be good. This is going on with her. So I told her, don't worry about it, but she's gonna do it. So do I donate now? She goes, yeah, just and I had planned to, I just forgot about it. And that goes back to the wallet. If I had my wallet and I saw it, I'd do it right
But
then and
to
there.
donate the one Stevie sent, you could do Apple Pay. So I didn't even need my card.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't have all that stuff, but
Yeah.
so then I'm like, she goes, well, just get on the link and donate something too. So I'm like, yeah, good idea. So I'm boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I can't find the link. Did I
Yeah.
delete it? What did I do? I can't say, hey, Louisa, send me your link because now she's gonna be thinking, oh, now he asked
Yeah.
me, and
Yeah.
now he wasn't gonna. And I'm like, just staying. Leslie's like, why are you thinking that way? And I'm like, and then so finally, I'm like, because I was gonna donate, Louisa, I just forgot. Finally, I'm like, okay, I don't want her to think I deleted it, not caring, but obviously I deleted
Well,
it.
just like me, I would have remembered eventually, but whatever she said
Yeah,
triggered me to, okay, I need to donate before I forget again
and
because
then
I knew there was a deadline.
but then I was like, how can I ask her for the link without her thinking I just didn't care and I'm just gonna
Because you
donate?
want something.
Because yeah, exactly. So then I'm like, okay, got it. Because I planned to,
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey, which I couldn't. I said, which I probably was anyway. I was like, hey, I was waiting on payday to donate, but I can't find the link. Can you send it to me?
Yeah.
After all that shit, talking to my counselor and everything, man, she's like, "Oh, it's over." And I'm like,
Damn.
"Oh shit, even worse." You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what it is. Is that I'm not petty. If you didn't donate, that's fine. But if I donate to yours and you didn't donate to mine, I'm gonna remember that shit. No, I'm just playing. But I was like, Leslie, I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm over here wondering what they're thinking. She goes, they're probably not even thinking nothing. And I'm like, but what diagnose me? I'm like, why
Diagnosed.
do I feel this way? And
Uh-huh.
she told me, son, like I said, something about I'm a mind reader and this and this and that. And then she was like, you just something about you you're overthinking and you're thinking people are thinking bad about you, but they're not even thinking about it. And then I was like, boom, great counselor. I said, maybe it comes from me growing up, people always thinking the worst about me, that I was bad. And she was like, that could be it too, but we didn't get too deep. I didn't want her to send me an
It all
invoice.
comes from
Send me
childhood
invoices.
trauma.
Yeah, childhood trauma, man. But I'm that way. I'm like you. But like the guy at work, I go to his grandson's games. He's a good. I consider him a friend, and we support each other. You know what I mean? So I didn't send a big group. I think I sent it to you because I'm like, this motherfucker. I bought that expensive popcorn. You gonna do something? But you support the kids. I support your kids either way. Like you said, that's a difference. Send it to my older brother-in-law, which we always support his kids. He supported right away. My
Okay, see, I
mother-in-law.
was getting mixed up with him. I was like, don't they have kids?
No. Yeah, you think about my oldest
Yeah, that's what
Frank.
I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, Frank.
And I didn't see him that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
no, no,
now,
no. He's
now, now,
always
now, I got it now.
and
Yeah,
that's the brother-in-law that every Christmas bought for my kids.
that's
And
what I thought. So I
yeah,
guess it's your younger brother-in-law.
and
Okay.
the reason we stopped, I would tell Myra and be like, "Damn, we buy all your nieces and nephews shit," and I don't care, but I guess I do. I don't know, Leslie. I hope you're watching Diagnosis Part Two, but
Well, I know we stopped because it just became too much,
yeah,
and we kind of agreed. Like, you know
yeah,
what?
yeah,
It's fucking 8 kids, and let's just not do it. And we
yeah.
we agreed. It wasn't like fuck that. You don't buy my. It was never like that. It was just like
But we did though,
yeah, we did in the
so it
past
never had to
when
be
they were
that way.
little. When they were little, we did. But then they got older, and
But then
you know,
when you take for everybody for Christmas and your kids don't receive nothing, they hit you.
yeah,
You're like, hey,
yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah,
Because sometimes I'm like, and not just that brother-in-law, but it's like, damn. I mean, we invite you over a party, you're drinking, you're eating, you're doing some little fucking $5 gift card. Just acknowledge something, like you know what I mean.
yeah.
And that's what I do look at, and maybe I shouldn't because I love all my nieces and nephews. You know what I mean? But I guess I don't know why it bothers me, and then I'm always thinking like, I don't know. It's weird, man. I guess I need counseling. I don't know, but it is what it is. I donate. Like I said, I just send it to a chosen few that said, that I know if they sent me something, I'd participate too. So, I I've been through youth sports, so I know how it is. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
yeah,
and I do know it gets expensive. So anybody that I know that I would go watch their kid play or do something,
yeah,
I'll make sure I know how it is. So I try to help out, but I don't just send it to everybody in my contact list, like
yeah,
Aunt Cecilia or Aunt Janetta. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? I send it to Kathy, but she asks about my kids. Stevie plays baseball. We talk about her kids. You know what I mean? And if she ever had anything, I'd do it back. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'm petty. What do y'all think out there, chat? Am I petty, or do I just got issues? Or a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
I would say not petty is a word. I don't think it's petty, right? Um, I think it's more I do for your kids. Why would you do for mine? I don't see that as petty. I just kind of it's not scoreboarding either. It's just
Return the favor.
exactly. So
Return the
in a way,
favor.
it's and I think if somebody was to tell you, hey Steven, it's hard out here right now, and I want to give but I can't.
Yeah,
I
all
think you'd be
good.
good with that,
All
right?
good.
Um, so I mean, just don't say wait till payday because maybe that's just a way of saying you don't want to.
Yeah, just tell me
Just straight
no.
up say I don't want to.
Yeah, or I can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I mean, people at work have come up to me and I've said, you know what, I don't do kids
Yeah.
um, fundraisers, and I kind of get a look sometimes. But I mean,
Just
why am
be
I gonna why
honest,
gonna be fake?
and then you know not to ask that
Yeah,
motherfucker no more.
yeah. Because
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't like doing it.
You know,
I don't know your kid.
like nephew, like Chris. He donated. You know what I'm saying? Quick,
Yeah,
within like 5 minutes. But I keep him in the know of what Stevie's going. Hey, bro, check out little cuz. He's still balling out. Check
yeah,
out this
yeah,
shit. You know what I mean? So I know for him it would have been like, oh hell yeah, help my little cuz out. You know what I mean? And like I said, he hit it up quick. I was like, man, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So I guess like you said, it's just hey, I'm not gonna send to nobody that I don't know, but who knows? But I guess I'm not petty. Leslie, if you're listening to this, please diagnose this and don't invoice
diagnose.
me. You know what I mean? But now back to that. Fundraiser season. I guess just a bunch of people sending shit, and I know it can be a lot. If you feel obligated, 20 here, 20 adds up, $100,
Yeah,
hundred
yeah,
and
it
fifty
does. Yeah.
bucks. So, like I said, when I send it out, I'm like, hey, if you can, if you can't,
So
you know
what
what
is
I
this
mean?
going to?
Fuck, I don't even know. No, I'm just playing. Going to new uniforms going into the
Okay.
spring.
Yeah.
The buses, I don't think the JV buses are paid for. I think it's
Ah,
just
okay.
varsity
Yeah.
and just new equipment. I mean, they
I
go.
think I think Bay had the same thing with the eighth grade cheer. they don't have a bus,
Yeah.
so they couldn't go to the away games or whatever. She just finished volleyball. They had the tournament last week. They came in fourth. Um, and I think I told you, girl sports are different, way different than boy sports, right? Um, this game they lost, but they didn't take it a type of way. But there was games. I think the last game before the tournament, the last regular season game, like it was. I mean, like I said before, volleyball. I know it was so fucking exciting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the girls that her team, they improved a lot this year. And I mean, the ball was just going back and forth. And it was a team that they've been rivals since seventh grade,
Mm.
right? And I think the team they were playing was more of a club team versus a
School.
eighth grade team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, they were going back and forth, and they end up losing. And she comes out and just breaks down, right? And I think I said it before, like back when Chris used to play, if he came out to field crying, it's like, bro, man up, or it's okay, let it out, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah. For
game,
sure.
you lost, whatever. But you can't do that with a girl sometimes,
No,
right?
that's what I was just about to say. Not to cut you off and then get back to it, but it's okay. It's for me. It shows competitiveness. But like you said, let it out for a boy.
Yeah,
If it was Stevie, I'd be like, "Hey, big game, fucking shed your couple fucking tears, and then man, pick your chin up. Everybody ain't gonna watch you sitting here crying." But
yeah.
for a girl,
And I think it's because all of them are feeling the same type of way and
yeah,
all their emotions and being 13 with all the hormones and everything. And she just like came out and she came to me and just fucking looked in her eyes, and I
yeah.
just grabbed her and just let her. I
You
said,
didn't
"Let
tell
it
her to
out,
man the
let it
fuck
out."
up.
No, I'm not
Come
gonna tell her
on,
man the
man.
fuck up. So I said, "Let it out, let it out. You played good." And honestly, the last few games that they had, she was the MVP. Like,
Yeah.
not Glazy, not just because she's
Well,
my
I love to
daughter.
hear that, man, because I love to hear, and Bea, if you watch, I don't think you do, but I'm proud. That just shows the
And I think
competitiveness
it
and the
was
passion.
more of it was emotions, and it was like I fucking played my ass off,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was all of that wrapped in
yeah,
one,
yeah.
right?
That's cool
When
shit.
it was Chris, yes, he played his ass off, but it was more like more when he was little, not when he was playing
Yeah,
in a higher
yeah,
level or when he played football. But it was like you're gonna lose, like just get over it. But you
mm,
can't do that with the daughter. So I think the Thursday before that game, because I would take her to school, and she was kind of getting emotional nerves or whatever it was, and I said, "Look, what was it? Was before the game, whatever." And I said, "Let it out right now,
get
in
it
the
out the way.
car. Get it out, get it all out, cry it out, and just know when you get on that court." I said, "Just leave it all on the court." Oh, it was before the tournament. I said, "Leave it all on the court." I said, "Let it out right now. Go in there." And she fucking played her ass off.
Hell
Like I
yeah,
said, she was like, I swear she was like the MVP. Even other parents were like, all right, Bea,
yeah,
15,
yeah.
15. And
And it makes you feel good as a parent when
yeah,
other parents recognize your kid.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? I
yeah.
mean, you're like, hell yeah, that's good, man.
So now it's time for soccer season. And it's funny because she was goalie last year. And the coach already said, unless we have another goalie, you're the goalie. Supposedly she's penciled in on the
Got her
team.
spot already.
And
That's how we get down.
the same thing last year. She first year playing soccer, first year playing goalie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the last game they played, it was against a club team
You got the
that
ass spanked. I
they
think you
got.
told me
It was
about that one. Yeah,
21-0 or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and she didn't come out. She and this was, and that's where the coach probably sees her the way he sees her, because she didn't give up. And I don't know how she didn't just break down crying during that game, but when you get 15-0, it's like they stopped counting score,
yeah.
and then it probably was 22-0 at the end,
Sheesh.
and she just didn't give up. There was like in between halves or timeouts, you could tell, like,
Yeah,
but there was some other kids, like high school kids that helped coach. They would go talk to her and just like hype her up and
yeah, yeah,
give her little tips. And she blocked the penalty kick, right? Which was, and it made her feel good, even though the score was, it was a blowout. But they saw that she just didn't give up.
yeah, yeah,
And a small school, you're not gonna have the best players at a small charter school, And I told her, the coach, they look more for kids that are not gonna give up,
Yeah.
kids that are gonna come to practice, kids that are gonna try hard. That's all they want.
Yep. Yep.
They know
Yep.
you're not going to, you're not looking at you're more for there for academics
Yeah.
versus sports.
Yeah.
But
But regardless, even with baseball, they always say, of course they're looking for the talent, but they're also looking at if you strike out, what's your attitude? If you make
yeah,
an error, are you pouting? Are you getting back for the next one?
uh,
What kind of teammate you are? You know
yeah,
what I mean? Are you your teammates losing? You're losing 20-0. Are y'all giving up? Or are you still giving max effort? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And are you cheering your team on? So it goes, like you said, it goes beyond just can you
Just
score or
like Chris,
whatever.
he was not the biggest kid on the field playing football and stuff, but there was games where he played the whole game,
Yeah,
offense, defense, because he wasn't crying because you know
yeah,
he didn't get a play. Or and they said Acevedo, he was there with his helmet on,
yeah, yeah.
ready to go in. Versus other kids, they would call him and they were looking for their fucking
You
helmet
mean
and
there was
stuff.
guys bigger than this guy that I'm looking at right
Bigger
here?
than that dude,
Yeah, that's fucking Momoa, Jason Momoa right there, man.
yeah,
He hit me up Friday night, sent me a picture. I guess he was at the bar. Who you got game one on? And I was like, oh shit, he's at the bar kicking it.
yeah,
And I was telling Myra, I was like, man, that's cool, man. That makes me feel good. Just so you know, nephew, makes me feel good when he hits me up. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
That I'm somebody that he thinks about. Let me hit up on, see what's going on. But at the same time, I always hit him up too, see what he's up to. But yeah, that's the Acevedo way, man. She got it in her blood, man. She's an athlete.
she is. It's Chris and her. The in between Tony and Nick
Yeah.
weren't sports people, but these two, man, they got it inside them.
That's same with us. 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
Isaiah or Stevie and Joshy were big sports. So, you know, uh, that's cool to hear, man. She's passionate, and that's what you need. You would think everybody feels that way.
Hmm.
Looks at that ass whooping and says, "Man, this shit ain't gonna happen again."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though it might happen again, but it is what it is. Kind of transitioning over, I was talking about the cousins and predicaments and all that shit. Got the first text about the thugs giving. That's what we used to do when I was back in the streets.
Thanksgiving.
And look, exposing myself, the cuz giving.
Oh,
Uh,
it's almost fuck. It's almost
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
and,
Yeah.
and Gabriel don't have your number, but he wanted me to extend the invitation to you and your family as well if y'all
Just
wanna go
shoot
out.
him my phone number and
And
text me.
it's on the 29th, and it's always a hassle of what we're gonna eat. Everybody got ideas, everybody got this, that, and for like the last 10 years, Leslie, probably not that long, but she been putting out there a baked potato bar. I guess she went to one and they
Yeah.
had like the brisket,
Yeah. Yeah.
chili, badass, not just all wild butter and fucking.
Yeah.
They always get shut down. I don't know why. So, man, I don't want that. I don't want that. So we discussing it. She brings it up. Sounds like we're gonna go. It is changing back and forth. What we're gonna eat. What we're gonna eat. They're like, okay, baked potato and soup. And I'm like, I'm not a soup guy. I'm not, unless I'm sick and I need some chicken noodles or something. But I was like, that just doesn't, sounds good, but it doesn't seem like a meal. You know what I mean?
So different soups. Everybody bringing different soup.
I don't even know, to be
Okay.
honest with you. I
I
don't,
guess because I guess baked potato and chili maybe would go
well,
together.
that's what she was going to make some chili.
Yeah.
Then I think Gabriel's girl was going to make um pulled pork. And I was like, I'll bring butter. I was gonna bring the
Yeah.
easy shit. I'll bring they're like butter. What the
Yeah.
fuck you
Yeah.
gonna bring butter? I was just fucking around, and then I said maybe because I'm sure everybody we have a group, but I'm sure everybody was doing a one-on-one text to somebody else
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey, what the hell are you talking about with
Yeah.
this? So I'm hitting up Leslie, and I'm like, that sounds good, but um, it just doesn't seem like a meal. Like baked potato and what else were they gonna have?
Well, when you go to Odom's or Hardeman's, you get the potato. That's a fucking meal.
Yeah, but this is like a Thanksgiving thing. Like, not
Yeah,
only
but
that, but
no.
it was like it almost turned into okay, everybody bring your own because we're like, well, how do we do the potatoes?
Yeah.
Well, everybody just brings some. I'm like, well, if I go with all 6 of my kids, do
Well,
I need to bring
I
12?
was gonna say who's making all the potatoes and
Well,
how
it
they make
turned
them.
into okay, everybody bring potatoes and then plus something
So
else,
you gotta bring them made already,
baked. I
soft.
guess,
Yeah.
yeah. So then I was like, well, damn. I guess I need to take 12 potatoes.
No, I
And
think. I think the host should provide it potatoes because you're already there, right?
Yeah. Well,
Just
that's what I
like
was
the
thinking,
turkey. If you're gonna host, you're gonna make the turkey, and you're gonna get up in the morning to make the turkey.
and
Make
that's
all the potatoes, and everybody bring the
and
sides.
that's usually how Gabriel and them do it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And I felt the same way. I was like, well, why doesn't? And I'm sure they'll be expensive for 50 potatoes. So just everybody pitch in on that and bring something. Or I don't know, but
I think it evens out.
so I was like, okay, so now we bring our own potatoes or what? Like, if I only take 10 potatoes and we eat 12, am I eating somebody else's potatoes they brought?
Yeah,
And then maybe I'm overthinking again, like you said. But I was like, maybe some macaroni and a salad. Now we have a meal. I know you go to Odom's, you get all that, you get full, but it's like a Thanksgiving type thing. So want to have a meal. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So, but then after, well, in the beginning, I was like, and I need to learn. I've been wanting to learn. I was like, does anybody know how to make menudo? And everybody was like, no, 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 no. I was like,
Go on
okay.
TikTok.
And then yeah, that's what they said. But I ain't trying to spend all that money to experiment. I'll start off with a little bowl,
Yeah,
and
just for the
then,
house,
but it's an overnight process. And that Friday we got someone to do that night, so I wouldn't be able to cook it, because it is overnight.
and then transport it.
That was another big thing is menudo is not very transportable.
Yeah, unless
And
you
you finna
cook
kill
it,
me because I know you don't like editing, but I gotta piss.
unless you cook it and then put in the fridge and let it
No, you
gelatinate,
can't. You
and
can't
then
let it
reheat
fly
it,
up.
and
Let
then
it
read
fly
it
up.
flan up.
Let
Yeah,
it fly
and
up.
then
But yeah, so what we were saying was, I'm thinking that too because even when I got the little bucket,
hmm
it spills over a little bit, and I don't need my
it
noodle
just
stand.
reminds me of The Office. You watch The Office?
Nah, I
So
never got into
there's
that
an
one.
episode where the fool brings chili, and as he's bringing it inside the office, he falls down, and the fucking chili just goes everywhere.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, so menudo. So I was like, and I'm the same way. Not and Gabriel, cuz don't take it. And see, here I go overthinking it the wrong way. But I was like, well, if anybody can figure it out, it's Gabriel. But what I was hinting at was you're hosting, but not pressured to make it. It would make sense for you to make it. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's transporting. Gabriel, he's a good cook.
hmm
So I was like, if anybody could figure it out, it'd be Gabriel.
uh huh.
But then his girl was like, he ain't figuring nothing out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool, cool. Uh, if I don't want to make it, I'm not going to expect nobody. But I figured that would have been good, Menudo. So back to that, it's funny. So they send a group out, and there's always somebody that don't have it. And I'll be like, hey, who's this? Blah, 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 blah. So there's a number, and I put, who's this? And it says, so I'm like, damn, fool, you asked the same question last year. I guess you didn't save my number. Damn. I'm thinking it's Julian, Gabriel's little brother. So I'm like, damn, my bad, Julian. I got you now.
Yeah.
Thinking he's gonna say, oh, he knows my number. This ain't Julian or something. Like, I had already saved it under Julian too. Look, I sent a screenshot. I got you locked down, cuz it ain't gonna happen next year. But it's not even Julian. It's Gabriel's wife.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, you didn't save me. So this is something else that, and I said, you know why I didn't save you? And this is one thing that I look at too. I said because I don't I should have no reason to ever call you or text you
Yeah, yeah,
without Gabriel.
yeah.
If I need to take, I'll text Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. That's probably not why I didn't save her number. I probably just forgot because I would have just had it in there to have it for this type of thing.
For the
But
group text.
I would have never texted
Yeah.
her or called her or whatever. And that's the kind of guy I am. Just like you know, like it always comes up Cynthia's TikTok, like somebody you might know. Do you want to request or whatever you're supposed
hmm
to do? And I don't. And even though that's my sister-in-law over 20 years, just doesn't seem right to
Yeah,
me.
I
You
know
know
what
what I
you mean.
mean? And
Yeah.
but the other day it just popped up something to do with Bea and my daughter's growing up or something like that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And I saw the pictures were Bea, so I was like, okay, cool, cool. So, but that's just my type. It's like unless, and I have Cynthia's number saved in my phone. I've never texted her if but if we did something for your birthday or something, at least something like
Yeah,
that. But it still doesn't. I know that's just not me.
yeah, yeah. I
I
get it.
shouldn't have like Leslie and Kathy and them, that's different. Those are my actual cousins.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
not
And
the wife of a
yeah,
male cousin.
and me texting their husbands is just bonding. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? But there's no reason I should ever call
yeah.
Gabriel's wife or
I
have
get it.
her number unless it was something like, "Hey, we're having a surprise party"
Yeah,
or some shit like that. And get ready, cuz you got something coming. No, I'm just playing. You can start thinking a
yeah.
surprise is
But
coming.
send my number and see what day it
Yeah.
is and stuff.
So that's one thing I think about too. You know what I mean? I used to have this baseball guy. He knows who he is. He listens up too. But fool would have all the wives on Instagram and shit. And I know he wasn't trying to fuck with nobody's wife. He's happily married or is that like that. But I would like, hey motherfucker, when you sliding into to Myers IG looking at her pictures and shit. But I knew his intentions were not bad. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I used to always give him hell about that. So, anyways, so we start deciding on the potato. Everybody's starting to put what they'll bring, and then I'm texting Leslie on the side. I'm like, that just doesn't seem like enough for me. Like we splurge on those days, you know what I mean? So a potato and damn, what else was it gonna be? Something else. Oh, soup.
Yeah.
You know, none of my kids are gonna eat soup. I mean, let's just like some caldo or something like that. But I think they was gonna bring like some, I don't know, broccoli soup, tortilla soup. I don't need all that shit. So I would have been like, potato. That's all I had. Well, it would have been desserts or
Yeah.
whatever. But she was like, well, what about macaroni and a salad? I go, yeah, that's a meal.
Well, maybe it's soup or salad.
That but just options, just like because the whole thing came up when I was like, oh, we're doing a traditional Thanksgiving, which is cool, but it's the Saturday 2 days after Thanksgiving. We always try to switch it up because nobody wants to eat turkey that much, but it's still good. So I would have been down. So, anyways, we get all that settled, and then uh they're like, I got somebody that'll make some menudo. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm texting Leslie on the side. Here we go. We can decide. So you know what I mean? But it always turns out good. We always have bomb ass fucking food. I ain't inviting nobody no more. I ain't putting myself in that predicament. I'm talking about it. And if you're not on that cuz giving list, it ain't my fault. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but it's always a good time. We play family games and
Yeah.
shit, and just it's fun. So I look forward to it, but it's always a hassle on the food because we run out of ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody's got different ideas, and then Leslie's like, well, it's really always only me, you, and Gabriel with the ideas, and I'm like, I guess we're the old heads of the group.
I
You know
guess
what I
so. Yeah.
mean, man, Leslie? But it's always a good time. I look forward to that time of the year, and everybody does shit. Everybody's busy, so we put a couple dates out there, and it seemed like the 29th was the best date. Leslie's gonna be out of town for 2 weeks, Thanksgiving, so she'll be able to make it. And it's funny. I think she needs diagnosing too, because she's like, because she's going out of town. She's coming the next day. She goes, I bring and explain this one to me, Leslie. Hopefully you're watching, but she's like, I need something easy because I'm gonna be out of town. So I can't go shopping and I can't cook nothing. And I'm like, well, so what other options is there? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you saying you can't do nothing?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to put it. And that's another thing is I text her a second. I'm like, I want to ask these questions, but I don't want to seem like I'm being rude or talking shit because I'm not. I'm down for whatever, but I'm just trying to have the clear plan. And next thing you know, next thing you know, she's like, "Yeah, I can make this and I can do that, and then I'll buy this and I'll bring that." And I'm like, "Hold on, cuz I thought you couldn't do nothing. Now you're doing the whole
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, you're right." Anyways, so I think if he locks down that menudo, then we're gonna do menudo, tamales, barbacoa, and pan dulce, and just
Yeah.
something like that. I look at it as a day where we just feast and get full
Yeah.
and a baked potato and soup, which is a good idea. We haven't done it. Poor Leslie gets shut down on that idea every year, but it just didn't seem like something that we'd be like, oh, now that was a feast. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but we'll see what happens, and then a couple weeks later we'll be doing it all over again for the Christmas.
Cosmic.
So it's become a cool tradition, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, we try to keep it drama free. You know what I mean? No, if same thing like at my house, I want to have a get together with my guys, show some appreciation, have a cookout. And there's one guy that I'm like, man, I know he'll get drunk and start shit, and I can't have that
Yeah.
at my house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so just try to keep it drama free,
Yeah.
man. It's always a good time. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, man, it was a rough drive here this morning, man. A lot of fog out there, and Midlothian ain't got no lights on
Yeah.
the freeway, so it was kind of
And then
tough.
when you come through here,
Yeah, same thing when I
yeah,
came
yeah,
right here. It's dark now. It used to be daytime when or sun be out at least when I used to come. So I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you got any fundraising tips for me or any diagnosis for me, just let me know.
not that you. I think you got your diagnosis person.
Yeah, she's pretty good,
Yeah.
but you can't diagnose. Well, I guess officially in an official capacity, she's
Right.
not
Right.
supposed
I get it. I get it.
to do that. But I'd be convinced. She'd be like, oh, because I'll be like, hey, you got a minute?
Yeah.
I need to talk to you. And then I'll tell her, she'll be like, oh my gosh, Steven, you scared me. I thought it was gonna be something else. I'm like, no, it's this. I'm gonna cry. I got myself in a crisis. It usually only happens when I'm drinking. You
Yeah.
know, I drank this weekend. I drank about like 6, 7 beers. I hadn't drank in a long time. So, but who knows?
6, 7 beers.
6, 7 beers. You know how it goes. So, but we'll see, man. If you made it this far, don't forget like and comment. Check it out. I didn't see a lot of comments like we usually do. I didn't get a chance to send it out to a lot of people like I usually do. But like I said, I watched the last one and I seem kind of just there, going through the motions. So trying to get the Red Bull pep up a little bit, keep the
Yeah.
people's attention and shit. But holidays are here, man. Holidays are here, and I'm just glad that figuring out what we're gonna eat is the one of our biggest problem versus families getting
Hell yeah.
together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of shit, and I may cause some waves. See how holiday is. Bringing up stuff with my brother-in-laws and all that. But it is what it is. I wouldn't say nothing on here that I wouldn't tell to that person. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he was to say, "Hey man, you didn't donate," and I tell him the same shit. Hey
Yeah.
man, I expect a lot from you. Don't expect from me that you won't expect for yourself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just how I look at it, man. And whether somebody's got kids or not, when it comes to family, nieces, nephew, for me, I love family, man. So I'll do anything for them. Like I said, with Bay, I wasn't like, well, shit, he don't. If you send
Right.
it, I
Right.
donate it.
Right.
Hey, support. I'm the type, and I don't know. Maybe it's weird. Maybe, like I said, I'm sick and twisted. But I always think about what are the people gonna. I want when I die. You know what I mean? I don't know. When I'm in my casket, I want people to say, "Yeah, he donated to me." I don't
Yeah,
know. I
I'll
don't
say
know.
that. I'll say that every time there was a fundraiser,
I want good
he
things.
donated.
I want good things to be said about me, man. You know what I mean? So that's probably not the right way to look at it. Like my therapist said, man, you're thinking shit that people are probably not even thinking about you. And it's funny because I don't give a fuck what people think about me when it comes down to it. But I guess I
But I
do.
guess
I
you
don't know.
do.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Low key, you do.
Low key, man, low key. That low key will get you every time. But like if somebody says, "Oh, he's an asshole," I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe I just read into things too much. You go to counseling, man. Real counseling. Not that she's not a real counselor, but I just need one of those where you just lay down and talk, and then for an hour, and you be like, "So what's wrong with me?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know. It's gonna take 5 more sessions and two
Yeah.
thousand more
Yeah.
dollars, and then I think I can figure out what's wrong with you. So, but other than that, man, it's been a sports week, man. I've been on them Dodgers and them Blue Jays, man. It's been some good playoff games.
Yeah. When I was looking at it, like, who do you go for? You go for the future goat, right? Otani, or do you go for Vlad Jr., who's fuck the name? He's more than just a name.
Man,
Like,
it's funny you say that because Stevie asked me that last night. He goes, "Dad, do you think Otani is the best player to ever play the game?" And
mhm,
I said no.
okay,
And he said, "Why?" And the only thing I can get stat wise, he's done more like, was it you that sent me that thing about Babe Ruth?
yeah, yeah,
And the numbers are the numbers.
hmm,
I said, he's too young right now. He's too
mm,
fresh.
okay.
I said, will he
Well,
be one of the best?
what's a vet? What? How many years is a vet? Because he's been, what, 5, 6 years,
Well, young in his career, because he's probably got another 10, 15 to go if he
possibly.
stays healthy. It's the rings. You got to have rings. But he's going to get some. And I told Stevie, one day he might be the
Does it
GOAT.
need the rings though? When
I,
you got stats?
I think so, man, because stats don't mean shit if you ain't got no rings. I mean, in the history books, yes. But it's always gonna be, man, he was one of the
Okay,
best
well, who
players.
was one of the? like let's say Ken Griffey never got a ring. He's one of the all-time best. Bo Jackson didn't get. Did Bo Jackson get a ring? But he
No,
didn't play very long
but
baseball.
Ken Griffey Jr. And that's funny you bring that up because that's what I brought up to Stevie yesterday. Great player, but it would never be in the GOAT
No,
conversation.
not goat,
Yeah,
but
but
okay,
it
you're
takes
talking about goat. Okay, okay.
well yeah. I mean, there's always going to be an asterisk
Hmm.
by his name because just say Otani doesn't win, and I think, and that's the reason I think I'm not going for the Dodgers. They remind me of the Yankees now, of just
Yes and
fucking
no.
spilling out
Yes and
money,
no.
more humble than the
Yeah.
Yankees.
Uh-huh.
But as far as spending that money to make a super team, you know what I mean? Um, and I just look at it like, absolutely. I mean, look what he did. What was it, 40-40 club? You know what I
50
mean?
50.
50-50 club. I mean, pitching, six shutout innings with six strikeouts, 3-1. Unbelievable.
But I saw another stat. I sent you that Babe Ruth one, like, you know, but I sent you, there was another one I watched. I don't know if I sent it to you. Barry Bonds talking, right?
Yeah,
And Barry Bonds said back in the day, it's a different era, right?
for
And you got to
sure.
say it is. Back in the day, there's no way he would have hit three home
Yeah,
runs.
yeah. You sent me that,
Either they
didn't
would
you?
have pitched inside, way inside, or they would have fucking beamed his
Yeah,
ass, right? Like, motherfucker, you're not gonna hit three home runs on me.
yeah.
So it's a different age of baseball, which is great to see this stuff. But I consider him a veteran already. He's been in 5 years, maybe six. I don't know the exact number. The numbers he's putting up, and the way I love baseball. I'm a big fan, and I look at stats and I look at all that. You can't fault a player for the era of baseball he's in, right?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Same thing as Babe Ruth. He was all time greatest, but greatest in that era, right?
Yeah,
He probably wouldn't do what he did now
yeah. Against this
at the same
pitching,
type of player, right? Um, but you can't fault that. The steroid era, you can't fault those guys because
they were all
that's
doing
what
it.
was going on during that
Yeah,
time, right? And they were competitive. You had to be competitive. That's when all that money was starting to come into baseball. Whatever. I don't look at those guys with the black ball be like real the purists of baseball players
yeah,
fans do, right? Because I look at the era of baseball I was in. There was some fucking great ass players, and it brought a lot of people back to baseball that
yeah,
had lost interest after the strike and all that stuff. Um, so you can't fault them for that. And now this, you can't fault Otani because of the way
yeah, for
baseball
sure.
is now. But if you ever watch his documentary, you know why he's fucking great. He was manifesting this shit since elementary school.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, somebody with the talent he has is he was
And
born
he
with it.
went to the Angels, which wasn't a good team, not just for the money, but the Angels were gonna let him play both sides.
Yeah,
Other teams that wanted him, they're like, no,
just
you're not
pitching.
gonna pitch or you're not gonna
Yeah,
hit.
one or the other.
And Angels are like, yeah, come on. Which why wouldn't you when you can get that kind of player?
Well, when you get that kind of player like that, you don't believe it till you see it. You
Right.
you really don't think, man, this guy can do it from both
Yeah.
sides. No, we need him to master one side, but no, he's a master. But Aaron Judge, for example, at one time they were saying he was the best player ever to play the game.
Hmm.
But every time they talk about Aaron Judge, they also talk about how he chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So how can he be considered a GOAT when that's an asterisk by his name? Yeah, you put up these numbers in the regular season, but when it counted, you didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So, for example, say the Dodgers don't win this year, those fucking stats he's putting up are just stats, which is great in the
It's
history
Hall
books.
of Fame
Yeah,
career, but not
but
GOAT
not,
talk.
I don't think so. Look at Tom Brady. Why is he the GOAT?
Yeah.
Because of
Not
all
just
his
because of stats.
rings.
Not just because of
Yeah,
stats.
because he
Because
could have all those stats and not have no Super Bowls
yeah.
like a Dan Marino type dude, and he's not in the GOAT conversation.
Dan Marino?
No, yeah, I
No,
mean,
he's not.
and why? If he had 3 or 4 rings, he probably would be.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at. Could he possibly be the best player to ever play Otani? Yeah, but if he never wins a ring, especially with the Dodgers right now, I don't think he gets in GOAT
But then
status.
you look at Troigman. He won 3 rings. I don't consider him in the GOAT conversation.
I don't either, but I'm not big enough in football to say who's the GOAT. Or Joe name it. I don't know about
Right,
that shit.
right.
You know what I mean? But he should be.
I don't see him that. I think he was a great player, great stats, great team, but I don't consider him a goat.
Well, in that era, you also had other Hall of Famers. You had Emmett Smith, you had fucking Michael Irvin, you had Jay Novacek, you had
But
Deion
none of them
Sanders.
are the goats.
I
But
know, I know.
Emmett because he got the record, but
No, yeah,
besides
yeah, but
him,
that's what I'm saying. So that takes
yeah.
away from that conversation.
But let's look at LeBron. How many rings did he have?
See, that's a good LeBron. I think he has two or three, and
I don't
that
consider him a goat.
me neither at all, because they always have this Michael Jordan, and it's funny. I was reading it. It said this guy shoots his friend for a Michael Jordan LeBron GOAT conversation.
Yeah,
So that shit be getting deep.
it
You
is.
know what
It
I
is.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And he's a lot of sports commentators know he's patent stats. It's like, dude, when and I think it was Larry Bird that said, I can't remember who said it, but they were like, back in that era, Michael Jordan didn't want to play with Magic Johnson or Larry Bird. He wanted to play against them
yeah,
because that's what showed how good he was.
yeah,
Where LeBron, he's calling people, hey, let's go to this team, let's make a super team. Just like in Miami, it was, and in Miami he had Chris Bosh and he had Dwayne Wade, right?
yeah.
Or is that the
Dwayne Wade. Yeah,
okay? I'm thinking Dwayne. What was his name from that show with the flip glasses? I always get the names mixed up.
yeah. I know you're talking about.
Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne.
Yeah, that's Dwayne Wayne. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
That was a super team, and they were, and fucking Dirk took their asses out. Then he went to fucking back to the Cavaliers when they had Kyrie Irving, what's his name, Love, another super team. Then he left that team to go to the Lakers when they had AD and they had this. So it's like, dude, you're creating super teams
yeah.
and just to win. When Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they were facing their opponents, not trying to get with them to win.
But it's you, like I said. Go back to what I said. You can't fault them for the era of sports that they're in.
Yeah, but LeBron's the only one. It's not an era; it's a LeBron thing.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You don't have other superstars trying to connect. Hey, let's all get together to win one. Does that really count when you get all the best players and you
yeah,
you got pulled in the NBA? Because he got pulled in the NBA to make shit
yeah,
happen. Like I said, Jordan said it himself. He was like, "Why would I want to recruit them? Or I would never call them to play because there is what is my barometer of how
yeah,
great I really am, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see fucking or Larry Bird and Michael Jordan on the same team because they're gonna run over everybody.
yeah,
You want to see them facing each other.
yeah.
And that Larry Bird man, I reposted a few on my Twitter. That was a bad motherfucker, man.
Well, back then, I I don't like basketball now, but back then when I was in sports cards, I paid attention to basketball because I had basketball cards, and I had a friend that was really into basketball. But back then, I mean, you had the Pistons, the Bad Boys, you had the Bulls, you had Charles Barkley was there,
Phoenix Suns.
and all those guys that they pretty much fought.
Yeah,
Dennis
yeah.
Rodman,
And it was fun to watch.
yeah,
Look, Luca. I know James had something to do with him going to the Lakers. You know what I mean? Now you got the two best players in the league, supposedly. You want to see them battle. I want
yeah,
to see Luca embarrass, beat the Lakers.
yeah,
I don't want to see the two best players sitting there
yeah.
running over everybody.
But going back to baseball, I consider Otani becoming the GOAT. And maybe Dodgers will win this year again, but you got Vlad Jr., like I said, he's not just a name,
No,
right?
no.
He's fucking and Vlad Sr. was a bad
Oh,
motherfucker
hell
too.
yeah, he was.
He fucking ran the way he ran the bases, no batting gloves ever, and he was a beast. Maybe not a goat, but you could put him in the beast
Yeah.
type
Oh,
of category. And his
Hall of
son,
Famer.
his son is just like fucking. He's
Even
fucking
better.
badass, yeah.
Yeah, even
And
better.
I like it when it's not just the name
Yeah.
that
That
pushes
got
you.
you there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
because it's
actually,
not.
yeah.
And
He's doing more than what his dad did.
I've been watching a lot of the baseball Fox Sports or whatever. And you watch basketball, right? You watch
Yeah.
basketball. So when you got Big Poppy, you got A Rod and Jeter, who's better? Who's more? I guess you would say Shaq and Charles and Kenny are more entertaining because their motherfuckers are funny too.
Yeah.
But Big Poppy's a funny motherfucker
Yeah,
too,
he is.
man.
If you understand what the fuck he's even saying half the
Yeah,
time. My dog.
my
My
dog.
dog.
I saw a clip. I forgot who it was. He gave a shirt. That fool left it there.
I've seen that one. You know what's crazy though that you bring those guys up. Jeter and A Rod and Big Poppy. The guy that hit the grand slam, I forget his name. He was a pinch
On
hitter.
Toronto, yeah.
He was a pinch hitter, and somebody sent me his last like 6 months. I think it was like this date, single A baseball got bumped up to
Yeah.
double A to the minor, and within 6 months now hitting a grand slam in the World Series. But I was looking at him, and I was like, damn, how badass would that be? That you went from a nobody, now you're sitting down
Yeah.
with A Rod, Jeter, and Big Poppy. Like those are greats.
Yeah. Yeah.
You not they don't just sit anybody at that table after the game.
It's the MVP of
Yeah,
the game or somebody who did
so I was like,
something.
dude, you came in the pinch hit, you hit a fucking grand slam, went 2 for 2. It was funny because he was in the lineup
I think he's the one
yesterday.
that left the T-shirt. He didn't want the T-shirt. He gave it back to Big Poppy.
No, no, he kept it.
That wasn't him.
Nah, but now he's on the field. They're like,
Yeah.
no, this motherfucker, we need him. So you
Yeah.
went from pinch hitting off the bench. Now you're in the fucking starting lineup because you're
Yeah.
back. One saying we always said in select baseball was you hit, you don't sit.
Yeah.
So they're like, but I was looking at it and I was thinking, man, how badass is that you went from coming off the bench and now you're
Yeah.
sitting around
Yeah.
these fucking greats. But no, back to Otani, he's a what you call a seven tool player, man. He's got everything you could fucking ask for in a player, man. And he's young, so it's hard to say will he be the greatest, but he probably will be.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of ballers out there, but his stats are crazy. But I think GOAT status comes with the rings, man.
Okay.
Especially when you have a team like the Dodgers. It's like, dude, you were the best player ever. They're saying, but you couldn't even win a ring with this badass team.
Yeah.
Because they are a badass fucking team. Well, I think he's pitching tomorrow night.
Yeah. I think
Otani.
he pitches when they go home.
That
Because of the
Yamamoto,
World
he's
Series.
something else, and,
Oh,
and that's what I was
complete game
saying.
yesterday.
I was like, if they can win against Yamamoto, they can take the series. But you saw what he fucking did.
he
Man.
did a complete game in the World Series. Like when you're down, like that's game changing. That's series changing.
Well, a
type
complete
shit.
game in general is
Yeah.
unheard of these days. You know what I mean? You don't hardly get anybody. He's got two in the playoffs.
Yeah.
One in the conference and one in the World Series.
It's like we're gonna go back home and everybody's fucking rested. Boom. Like,
So and that motherfucker, man, they could not hit nothing. I was over there looking like because they made a couple error plays or bonehead plays Toronto did, and I was like, man, the mob got to him. The mob got him, just
They
like
were
just
talking
like the
about
NBA,
that.
man. Because
Yeah.
it didn't. How do you go from scoring 11 and then you can't even fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. But I'm going for Toronto. I like both teams, not because I hate the Dodgers. I'm starting to get that Yankee feeling from them, but I like a lot of players on the Dodgers. I like Freddie Freeman. I like Mookie Betts. I like
I think that makes the
Otani.
difference from the Yankees type team versus the Dodgers. They're likable.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
for sure.
And of course, if you're a Yankees fan, of course you like Judge and all those guys. But I think it seems like they're just more likable. Like
Yeah,
the way they fucking come out the field and they're fucking laughing and smiling
yeah,
and it's a game.
yeah,
But I think the culture in New York is different, right?
yeah,
When you put on those, even A Rod says it because A Rod was great before he went to the
yeah.
Yankees, but he says when he put on those
He
pinstripes,
wasn't great with the fucking
it
Rangers.
makes you feel. But he was on the last place
Yeah,
team,
no.
right? I love A Rod. A Rod to me is one of my best favorite players in that ever, right? I glaze A Rod all the time, but um, what he said when he put on those pinstripes, it just put him.
Yeah,
And
like
he
you
was,
made.
and I would say as a fan of A Rod, he turned to a jerk when he got to the
Yeah.
Dodgers, to
Have
the
you seen
Yankees.
that Jeter A Rod documentary?
No,
That's what I thought you had sent me. That's why I said what I said. I didn't know it was A Rod versus Alex
I think I
Rodriguez.
saw it maybe. Was it an older one?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's pretty good, but yeah, even on Toronto, Vladdy. How can he not like that guy? That guy, I like to see, and he's one of the players. These grown men go out there and just have fucking fun
Yeah.
like they're kids.
But shit, he's been on the field with his dad since he was
Yeah,
3
you see
years
those
old.
videos. How
Yeah,
can he not
yeah,
like?
yeah,
How can he not
yeah.
like him? Same with Otani. He's so humble. He's such a nice guy. How can you? Unless you're just a LA rival,
Yeah.
you can say fuck that guy, but you can't not like that
But
guy.
I bet you when he shows up to your stadium,
Oh shit.
you're gonna fucking watch.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it comes with the rings. I mean, you can be. I mean, can you be one of the best players or the best player to ever play the game and not be a goat? Because at one time, uh, Mike Trout was the best player in the game. They said, you know what I mean. Now look, now
Goat. He was goat status without a ring.
yeah. So who knows, man? I just think it. Like I said, with Tom Brady, would he be the goat if he didn't have all those
But what
rings?
about the old Braves teams that never won? John Smoltz, was he a goat?
Won't be goat.
He ain't
Not
never
goat
won.
status. Not goat status. I mean,
David Justice.
he was cold, but these days these kids don't even know
I think those
who he
guys fall
is.
into the same category because of their swing. Um, Griffey, Justice, even A Rod, but A Rod got a ring. Those guys have the most prettiest,
Yeah,
nicest, smoothest type of swing. I
but
think nobody can beat Griffey's swing. Like that swing is just fucking beautiful. But I think Justice and A Rod have that still similar type of swing.
you don't hear kids these days talking about Dave Justice. Cold ass motherfucker for the
Hmm.
Braves. So a goat, people gonna know for the ages.
I think
Kids
baseball is different
kids
though,
these days are
because they don't even know who Babe Ruth is.
yeah, that could be true, because I think baseball is more humble. You don't see like the NBA, like showed a video of LeBron at the club with E40 and he's looking down, looking like a fucking clown,
Yeah,
dabbing up E40 and just like, NBA is more about the glitz and glamour, who they're dating and shit like
yeah,
that. Baseball, they play ball. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Now
Well, shit, there's fucking what 162 games a year. They don't have time to be in the club when you got
NBA's up there too, though. They
three or
play over
four
100
games in a
games.
row, and then you got travel.
I think just like the whole thing with Michael Jordan, LeBron. They say LeBron has this. They're like, yeah, but Jordan went to six finals, won all six of them, got MVP on all six of them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And he did everything. If he would have played 10 more years, you wouldn't catch up to his stats because the stats LeBron has, Jordan played like half the
But you got
time
to
that he
think
played.
LeBron came in at 18 years old,
Yeah.
right? And he's been in the league 20 some years. Of course, stats are going to be there for a player as good as him. You can't take away that he's a good player,
No,
right?
yeah, he is. He
So a
is.
player as good as him that's been in the league 22 years or whatever, of course the stats are
Yeah.
going to be there.
And back like what you said back in the day, they'd beat you up in basketball. It shows Michael Jordan fucking battling, boom,
Hmm.
elbows, everything, battling just to get open. And then it showed clips of LeBron like not even being touched and
Yeah,
fucking
flopping and
falling
shit. Yeah.
down. It showed when I think it was him or who was it? It was another bad. I think it was the one from Boston. I can't remember his name, but he cold. What's that thing back here that he tore? ACL, I guess.
Achilles, ACL,
Achilles,
whatever.
one
Yeah.
of those, and he's fucking on the ground crying, and they fucking take him out on a wheelchair and all this shit. And then it shows Jordan, same injury, gets up, shoots two fucking free throws, makes them, and walks off the fucking
Yeah.
court. And Michael Jordan, they had a clip where he goes, "You would have never saw me getting carted off the fucking or getting help off the fucking court." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
talking about that, since I've been watching a lot of baseball stuff on TikTok. It goes back a lot to, I guess, what is that? Late '90s, early 2000s players versus now. And like I said, you can't fault the era. And I don't like LeBron, but you can't fault the era with him either. But they talk about Pedro Martinez, they talk about Roger Clemens, those guys, even Nolan Ryan, Smoltz, that same thing. They wouldn't let Otani
Yeah,
hit
it
three
would hit
home
his
runs. They
ass.
would hit him. And then Pedro, I still love Pedro Martinez, man. That dude, just because he was funny,
Yeah,
right? He was funny, and he didn't give a fuck. I hit you,
yeah. Nolan Ryan said it too.
yeah.
I'm coming 100 at
When
your
those
gym.
those those Boston and New York games where it would just Pedro was like, all right, you hit me, you hit somebody. I think Roger Clemens, he came on. He was like, they would just give me a look.
Yep,
Okay, who's next?
yep,
Who y'all want?
yep,
You know.
yep. And
And
it's gonna be
Pedro,
going
same
back and
thing.
forth
And then
every.
Pedro, same thing. He's like, who y'all want? You want Jeter? I fuck it. I hit Jeter. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
And you better hope you're not next on the batting lineup
Yeah.
next inning because you fucking like fuck.
Yeah.
I'm leading off the next
Yeah.
inning. I already know what's coming. You know what
Because
I mean?
Roger Clemens, it was funny because he said I'd be sitting by myself. They would leave me alone,
Yeah,
and then they would just give me a look.
man. Who was it? That pitcher for the not Smoltz, but what's that other pitcher for the Braves?
Maddox.
Yes,
Hmm.
Greg Maddux. I saw an interview with his catcher, and he's like, We didn't give signs.
Yeah,
He told us what he was fucking throwing, and that's goat shit right there. I mean, because they're reading the stats of what this guy
yeah,
can do.
yeah.
And he said, "I would decide my pitch when I got the ball back from the catcher." I mean, that's badass shit. But I don't know, man. Like you said, baseball's a little bit different. Basketball. I don't know why it's different. I guess
Well,
maybe.
baseball is different because you could be the best hitter, but if you're pitching it there, you're gonna lose, right?
Yeah, I guess you don't have the same opportunity to pad your stats up as you do in basketball because the whole thing is you're gonna keep scoring.
And you're waiting your turn,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And in baseball, it can be 0-0. You know what I mean? So
or 14-2.
yeah, and so I don't know. Otani, he's a bad motherfucker. He's a phenom for sure. Humble, I like him. Like I said, Toronto, I like Vladdy. I've always liked Springer, even though he was with Houston. I always thought he was a cold ass player, and he's still showing it in this series. He done got hit like 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean?
It's like you're talking about Houston. Altuve, he's a bad motherfucker, but I hate that dude.
Yeah, yeah. Oh hell yeah. It's funny because the Dodgers. You seen that dude Kirk,
Yeah,
and I seen a meme and I can't stop seeing it now. It's like, and it shows him. He looks all fucking. Looks like you fucking zoomed out your phone or something. But it's like this guy's really a professional athlete. And
yeah,
we looked up his stats, and I always laugh. I go, "Here comes fat ass Kirk," but
yeah,
he's badass.
yeah,
He had like 61 home
yeah,
runs, and he's 5'8", 240 pounds or something. I was like, how the fuck does someone like that make it
yeah,
to the majors? And then we looked up Altuve. Altuve 5'6", 140.
yeah. Altuve's
And
small.
I was like, how the fuck does this little ass dude
Gets on base,
smash the way he fucking smashed?
like you said, you hit, you don't sit,
Yep. But
and he comes in clutch.
yeah.
Altuve's a
I
clutch,
mean, he's a scary hitter even now.
like Jeter. Jeter wasn't great, but he was clutch.
You got players like we brought up Mike Trout that was arguably one time best player in the league on the planet, they would even say. But you don't hear about him now. Altuve, he still goes up, and you're scared to pitch to him because you already know he's gonna fucking do some damage. So it's been some good baseball, man. I'm going for Toronto. Somebody told me, how can you go for Toronto and not USA? I'm like, hey, that's a good thing
Yeah,
about MAGA, man. We accept all people. And he started laughing at me like this dude. I was like, we accept everybody. We don't care where you're
yeah,
from. Come
sure,
over.
sure, 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 sure.
Come on. Only for baseball. Then when you're done with the World Series, you get your ass back to
Just
Canada.
know it ain't always political, goddammit. And it was funny because I even wanted to say, "Oh, Toronto Blue Jays, it's okay
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
Somebody
okay,
told me that.
Toronto Blue Jays."
But they're from America. It's the World Series, man. You know what I mean? So we'll allow it for now. ICE agents will be outside on Game 7 to make sure they all go back to Canada and
That's
shit. You know what
funny.
I mean?
Yeah,
But no, good baseball, man. I usually don't keep up with with once the Rangers or whatever out, but this year's been some really, really good baseball,
yeah,
man. Good pitching, good hitting, and we'll see how it goes. 1-1 right now, but I'm
yeah.
going for
So
the
it
Blue
should be a
Jays.
good series, and then the Cowboys doing all right. We'll see how they do today in Mile High. But other than that, I mean, you know, it's a lot of good sports.
Yep, yep.
Basketball started, hockey started, so it's a good time right now.
Yep, yep. Fundraisers all over the place, man.
Fundraisers, yeah.
So, other than that, man, holidays are coming up. I think we're coming up on a year we've been doing this thing, huh?
I was looking at it. I think it's towards the end of the year. We'll
Okay,
see.
so that'll be cool. If you made it this far and you didn't hit that like button, man. Help us
Like,
out here.
subscribe, and get us some more followers. It's not about that. We like doing it, even if y'all don't listen or y'all don't give a shit, whatever. We still like doing it, and we'd still like seeing the comments and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, other than that, man, that's all I got. Get ready for another week.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back next week. Shouldn't be no more technical difficulties and like that. So
And hopefully I was a little bit more lively today. I tried to be,
let
what I'm
them
saying?
know.
I got
Let
the
them
Red
know.
Bull. Let me know. Yeah, let me know how we're doing. And other than that, man, y'all
We'll
have
see
a
y'all
good
next
week.
week.
Salute.
All right.
Later.